Today I'm gonna show you how to build a LEGO microscale Ewok village. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you know, I have an ongoing series of mini LEGO sets on my channel. The latest one was the Lord of the Rings Rivendell that you can see here on screen. Before that, you need to go back quite a while, I think, to the Mighty Bowser and the Medieval Blacksmith. But today, for the first time, as you can tell from Chewbacca here on screen, we are gonna jump into Star Wars and I'm gonna build the first mini LEGO Star Wars set in my collection, which is gonna be the Ewok Village from 2013, set number 10236. Here you can see first a comparison between a regular LEGO minifigure with the micro figure that I created by stacking 3 or 4 studs, and also here you can see the comparison between the one I created and the 17 minifigures that are actually part of the set. But now let's start jumping into the build. First thing, we are gonna build one of the trees. So this is how the basic structure work. So I have a base, a green base, and then I use a couple of Travis bricks to build up the side. So in this case I have 2 that are only one line of one brick, one line of studs, and then on top we are gonna have a 3x that is gonna connect here. Here you don't have to follow any particular instruction, you can be creative with the parts that you have available. If you see here, I'm using slopes, cheese slopes, plate, smaller slopes, any kind of thing works to achieve this shape. Of course, what I was trying to get is to get a wider base, then skinnier in the center, and then opening up a little bit again, bigger on top. I added a couple of the details that you can find in the set. So here we have an opening because in the set there is a trapdoor so that we can slide down over here. I added some dark green insert over there. And here in the set we have, I think, some mushroom. So I decided to add this little round tile. Over on top of this, I'm gonna use these round plates that are gonna connect in the center. By the way, with this connection, I'm not gonna do it actually for my build, but you actually can easily twist it around. That is actually a function of the real set, but I'm mostly not gonna do it for this one. So over here in the set we have a ladder using the same part but twisted in half. I make it look like we actually have a ladder. Of course I cannot leave it big like this, but what I can do is turning a little bit the modified plate, slide that in and then twist it back in so that it sort of block it there, and now it looks like a smaller ladder coming down. Here we already have one of my character inside, and as you can see here I'm building on a 1x3, so I'm using the space in between studs to connect. So for example, this is what I have for the top of the tree, so I'm gonna use a bit of dark green. Some of these leaves, this is not the right color, I should use more dark green, but I don't have them. As well for this, here there should be some sort of pieces of dark green coming down, so I decided to use these little green branch pieces. This is gonna connect, as I said, in between the studs, in between the 4 studs, and then I can put another one on top on the other side with a few more branches coming off. So this is how it looks from the front, and this is the style that I'm gonna recreate a little bit all over the set. So we can slide this a little bit to the side and move to the next one. So here we are gonna have 3 different ones coming up. I'm not gonna show you every single one out there build because it's basically the same thing. As you can see, I have the 2 Travis bricks in between, and then I just have different random combination. Over here on this one, I'm gonna connect them like this. I added this because in the set we have some stairs coming up inside here, and on the other side the only extra details that I added is this black stud that is representing a big spider that is climbing down. And actually in the set here you have the chance to have a sort of a big spider web coming off the side, so I just added a little bit of white details coming off here. Actually at the back side these are not completed because they are not gonna be seen in the picture. I only completed this one mostly because I'm lacking of parts. Now I have an exhibition coming this week, so I have a lot of builds going there and I'm very tight on stuff, on parts, especially the reddish brown one. So now we need to create the base on top of this, that actually in the set is all one big solid part. They connect. So this is what I created. So the three bases are basically same as that one, but I connect them with some additional plates and wedge plates, as you can see from the bottom here. So now I create a whole big structure where you can find already some of the characters. So we have Luke over there, we have Anne over here on the fire. If you don't want to put the character there, you can just switch that off with one of these, and it would work perfectly fine, because we have a space over here to connect the bar. Over here we have the drum set 1, 2, and 3. Here we have some helmets that you can find in the original set. So we have a Stormtrooper and some different one. Over here we have Luke. Over here we have R2-D2. A few additional characters over there. Over there we have C-3PO. I just removed one stud to make it like sit on his throne over there. Again, a little flame over here. And over here I use again the same part that I'm using for the ladder over there. I tangle it and I use a little bit of droid arms to connect different edges so that it looks like a net. I try to use actually the net that you can find in the set, but it's way too big at this scale. And inside here you can find, I put the micro Chewbacca inside. As you can see, the same structure more or less has been done on top for the different branches. I also added this, actually I forget to add one of these olive green over here on top of the first tree. There's another couple of features that I need to show you. Most of these trees on top are built in 10. I'm struggling to put this one back on. Let's see if I get it in. Okay. Most of these are in 10, but actually in the real set this can spin around, and on the other side they are in dark orange. I didn't have dark orange, so I decided to go with nougat. So here I actually mix up a little bit the two sides of the build, and actually you can see from this side that I try to incorporate on here a little bit of the 10 and also the stairs that are going up. While on this side I didn't complete it, I didn't finish it, I leave it open because it's very hidden. Last thing to point out of this build is that over here I use the flex tube like in the first one, while over here and over here I actually use some whip pieces that go all around and connect over here. So I have two different styles of this fencing, so the thicker one with the flex tube over here and the thinner one here and there made with the whip. Whatever you have available in your connection will work. Now let's see if we can connect this on top without messing around too much. Okay, let's see. I think we got 1, 2, and 3 connected. Now we have this, we need to connect the bridge. I think the best way to do it would be something like this with some modified plates, but I didn't have them in the right color. So I actually decided to use 1x2 rounded one so that I can regulate whatever I want to do. Here I use a bracket to connect one character on top of the bridge, and then the rest we can connect on the stud over here and on the other stud over there. So now it's connected, we have the bridge, and now you can already see that it's starting to look a lot more like the regular set. And at the back side here we should have also the two like sort of hammer that can go down and smash whoever is running through the trees. So I have this simple structure here. They are not actually closing because they are on an angle. I can only do this, okay? But I think it's already a good addition of extra detail to complete the set. Of course, at the front we are gonna add the other characters, so we have 1, 2, and 3 over here. We have this speeder bike with one stormtrooper on top. There we go. And then one more, this sort of a weapon catapult kind of thing with a bucket here on the side. And this is the set completed. Now let's move it a little bit to the side So I can show you how this looks. There's one more character here that is supposed to go at the drums. I can show you how this look compared to the original set. There we go. And also I want to show you how this look close to my Rivendell set. You can see the scale is different, but they're both considered a micro scale build. Now, if you enjoyed the Ewok Village micro scale video today, I recommend you to go and check out the Rivendell tutorial as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao ciao!